What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And guys, today we are back with another Barca talk on Tuesdays. And listen, guys, make sure to smash up the likes because this is going to be a good one. Barcelona, they went undefeated in preseason, right? We scored 20 goals in the process. And man, we got to break it down here. We got some news, but Barca volume, my guy, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing amazing, man. As good as it can be, man. I'm so excited. We're finally kicking off the season in just a couple of days. And I'm so happy, by the way. The game is on Saturday against Mallorca. I'm telling you, man, I cannot wait. Even though there's so much drama still, there's the Gavi Fermin stuff, there's the Laporta, saying we're registering, we're supposed to have out Rashford. It's crazy, man. It's never Barcelona is the gift that keeps on giving, man. There's always something going on with Barca. So the good thing is it gives us something to talk about, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. Bro, there's a bunch, bro. And listen, to be fair, with all the drama off the field, registration, this nonsense with Gavi and Fermin, what the heck? What is this keeping up with the Kardashians or keeping up with Barcelona? But listen, on the field, Barcelona, we've been very good, right? 20 goals, right? In I think 4 games. That's an average of 5. It's been solid, right? But guys, before we get straight into it, make sure to smash up the likes and get in the chat, people, because I'm not going to lie, this one's going to be a good one. The way Barcelona's been playing, there's not much negatives to talk about. But you know what, Barca volume? We might as well start off with the game against Como in the Joan Gamper because, listen, in my opinion, the Joan Gamper, it's like a good tradition. It's like a homecoming game. The last game always in Barcelona before we kick off La Liga. And the Joan Gamper game, honestly, in my opinion, my first impression of it was that was our best game offensively and defensively. I mean, would you agree with that statement?
100%, man. So we got 5 goals. And we got a clean sheet. So it's as good as it gets. The best game I saw from Joan Garcia, by the way. I am so impressed. I just finished creating my tactical breakdown that I normally do on my channel. And one of the things I think I talk about first thing is Joan Garcia. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, this is a good save here, a good save there. But the one thing I was most impressed about, it was actually a prediction that I made. And I say, when Joan Garcia comes to this team, you are going to see a lot more vertical passes from the goalkeeper to the forwards, from the goalkeepers to the attackers, the Raphinhas, the Lamine Yamals, and in that third goal for the one assist from Rashford, right? So Joan Garcia picks up the ball from Kubarsi. He looks at Rashford and gives him a huge pass all the way down from the goal, all the way to the middle of the field. Rashford picks it up, gives it to Fermin. Gives it to Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia gives it to Fermin, and Fermin gives it back to Rashford in stride, and Rashford gives it to Raphinha. That was an amazing goal, but that was all Joan Garcia, man. That's why I'm so excited, because I know that he did this with Espanyol a lot of times, and a lot of goals were created in this way, and that is one weapon that low-key nobody's talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to lie. Dude, I was very impressed with Joan Garcia, right? The shot stopping in the preseason, we've seen it. Even the times, do you remember in the Asian tour that the couple of times that our high line was broken, even though it was offside, Joan Garcia still made saves 1v1. Remember that one game that Kubarsi made an unfortunate error? Joan Garcia almost bailed him out with the amazing 1v1. But you're right. The thing that impressed me the most is that Joan Garcia, it's not just the Rashford pass. There was like 3 or 4 times. That's actually an impressive pass. And then he does it again to like Eric Garcia. And I'm like, you know what? His passing out of the back is not even a liability. It's more than that. It's actually good. It's competent for a Hansi Flick system.
Somebody made a compilation video of like 3-4 minutes of Joan Garcia's passes. Every pass was basically inside the box all the way down to the middle, and it was connecting whether that was Eric Garcia or was connecting to Raphinha or Lamine Yamal. It wasn't just that one pass that I was talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to lie. Joan Garcia was good. But, I mean, you already mentioned it, Joan Garcia. I actually want to speak. Let's speak about Rashford next, but I want to speak a moment for the defense. What are you saying about the defense? Because I kind of noticed something. Was it just me? People in the chat and also Miguel. I felt like our pressing was just a lot better. I felt like we pressed in a different shape. I've seen some people do tactical breakdowns on Twitter saying that we pressed in a different formation, but whatever that was the best pressing that I've seen this whole preseason. And you know what? Maybe against Mallorca, Hansi Flick should start off with that because that was working. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was amazing, man. I totally agree with that statement. I haven't seen those videos you're talking about, but I do agree because I do that same thing. Like I like doing these tactical breakdowns in my channel. And one of the things was the first Lamine Yamal's goal. There was a mistake by Como's defender, but that wasn't just a mistake. Raphinha literally pressing that defender into that mistake. And not just that, but I even got the frame right now. Dude, every Como player had at least one or two Barcelona defenders around them. So when that defender got the ball and that mistake, and now everybody's talking about, oh, that mistake. And some people said that was a foul, but it was not a foul by Raphinha. And in that play, that defender hesitated because he didn't know where to go because the pressing was so high up and it was so perfect, and it forced him into mistake. And not only that goal, but if you look at the first Fermin goal, that was also another mistake by the right back who actually gets pressed by Raphinha, and he's trying to pass the ball back into the middle, but it was almost the same goal that Conde made on that final against Real Madrid, where Modric is trying to pass the ball.
Yes, I remember that.
Exactly the same play. So that's not a surprise that Barcelona gets almost the same goal by pressing high on the right back, and then she's trying to go inside, but the midfield doesn't see him, and Fermin is right there to get that ball and just bangs it in the back of the net, dude, from outside the box. That was the first goal, dude. That pressing, the height, it was a thing of beauty, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, you're actually right because now that I think about it, not just one goal, the Lamine Yamal tap in, right, was due to very good pressing by the team. Raphinha wins the ball back, right, and it was a no call. It was no foul. In my opinion, a lot of times the ref called ticky-tack fouls, but there, Raphinha got the ball clean. He gave it to Lamine, and it was good pressing, and that's a good mention. People forget that the Fermin Lopez, the opening goal of the whole game, that was due to good pressing too. And listen, whatever I saw, when you press, I always say it, Miguel, I feel like sometimes we're harsh to our defenders when we're conceding a lot of goals because initially it's because we didn't press well. The press was broken. Maybe Lamine Yamal or Lewandowski or Dani Olmo, whoever it is, was caught sleeping, and then you're giving them time to play against that high line. But when you're pressing well and the high line is working, this is when you see 5-6 goals. And I remember first time, do you remember the 8-2 when Barcelona lost? 3 or 4 of Bayern Munich's goals was off of turnovers. This is a thing that Hansi Flick, it's one of his things. He likes to force turnovers and create goals off of them. But yeah, hey, big up Dally all the time. You know, guys, smash up the likes. Are you not entertained? We're going to speak about Marcus Rashford next. But yeah, Miguel, that's actually a very good point. The way that we played off the ball, in my opinion, it was impressive. It was very impressive.
Yeah, and also I think that not having it's I know it's going to sound a little crazy, but having Rashford as a number 9 offers you more things because we can see the way he made that run into space to get to pick up that ball from Joan Garcia, and then he's passing the ball to Eric Garcia. As soon as he passed the ball to Joan Garcia, it was like he was sprinting it was like Bolt will sprint, right?
Bro, you know what it was?
He knew that Eric Garcia was gonna go to Fermin, and Fermin he was gonna get that ball either way. And as soon as he sprint that was just incredible. But you can see how that would be a different style of play than what Lewandowski would have done. Lewandowski probably would have picked up the ball, and what he would have done, he would have passed it to Eric Garcia, and he would have just gone back to his number 9 position trying to get that ball as a maybe like a cross or some type of play like that. But he was never going to go at 180 and try to sprint down that space. He's attacking that space because he has the speed, he has the physics to do it. And dude, this is what he does. So the one thing that I loved about Marcus Rashford, and I know that's the topic right now, but also he can go right and he can go left. So he doesn't have to play centrally in every position, sort of like Mbappe, right? So Mbappe, he's playing the number 9 and he's sticking to it. He's playing like a classical number 9 would do it. Rashford was not doing that. Rashford wasn't sticking to the number 9 spot. He was actually trying to pick up the ball, pass to the flanks, and just sprint and attack the space. So it's a little bit different, and I was very impressed because that's something, a new dynamic, adding it to this offense. It's just incredible.
No, but this is what I was saying. Like, going back to the Raphinha goal, which was, in my opinion, you got to give a lot of credit to Marcus Rashford. Not only is his first touch on point from Joan Garcia, he passes to, was it Eric Garcia? Eric, I believe, gets to Fermin. Fermin, great pass to Rashford. And Rashford, you know what he looked like? He looked like a torpedo right when he made the run. Bam! Straight line drive, right? And then a great pass to Raphinha. The ball wasn't bouncing. It's a beautiful cross. Raphinha cannot miss that. You know what I'm saying? And Marcus Rashford, overall, listen, I was very impressed with the performance, and I kind of understand why Hansi Flick kind of told Deco and Jan Laporta, if Marcus Rashford is the guy you're going to give me, I'm absolutely fine with it because I have a plan for him. As a number 9, honestly, Miguel, Rashford has looked very, very decent as a number 9, and it brings a whole new dynamic to FC Barcelona. Like, and at the end of the day, are we really missing Nico Williams? That's the true question. I don't think we are. Rashford.
I told you, Jonas. The one reason I was so upset at Nico, and I thought it was the dumbest thing ever, is that both, whoever was going to come, whether that was Rashford or Nico Williams, don't make any mistake about it. They would have benefited from Barca more than Barca would have benefited from them. Like, we don't need them. We don't need them. We needed depth, and we have it because now we have Rashford off the bench, and now if we have, let's say right now we're not panicking because Lewandowski is injured, because we have Rashford, we have Ferran, and we are so versatile. We can play the false 9 if we want to. We can play for the first time in this season, in this first couple of games, if Flick wants to, for the first time, we can play both. We can play Olmo as a false 9, and we can play Fermin as a number 10. Which
I can't lie. And you know what? Before, I know a lot of people want to speak about Fermin, guys. We'll speak about Fermin. Don't worry. A lot of people, it's been hot on Twitter. Fermin or Dani Olmo versus Mallorca. We'll get to that, right? But going back to Rashford, I do have to say it. I feel like Rashford, right? I just like what I'm seeing. I see potential goals there. I know he missed a goal, but the way that he gets into a lot of goal-scoring positions, or even to assist to Raphinha or Roony Bardghji, or like we've seen it in the Asian tour, like Ferran Torres at times. I think Marcus Rashford, there's a lot of potential GA there because he's getting into a lot of right positions, and that's my biggest point with it. Rashford, this preseason for me, has been a success because of the potential of what he could be. If he's a little bit sharp, if this is mid-season form, Marcus Rashford probably scores 2 more goals, maybe gets 1 more assist. He's looked pretty good to start. For a guy who came off an injury, we got to factor in, right? I like what I'm seeing. And all the Real Madrid fans, all the haters, they can say what they want. There's a lot of potential in this Rashford signing. I feel more confident about this deal than how I felt about João Felix the whole time. I feel like it's completely different. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%, man. Like, if we're talking about, like, you mean like the Rashford signing?
Yeah. I like what I'm seeing so far.
Dude, even Dave, who was literally laughing on his channel about Marcus Rashford and saying that he was not it, even he's already came around early in the season. Like, we haven't even started. We haven't even kicked off. And let me ask you something, Jonas. What would we be saying if Rashford would have scored that goal that literally you and I, and literally my 5-year-old daughter probably could have scored that goal? It was wide open net, and it was embarrassing, right? It was embarrassing because embarrassing. My grandma could have scored that goal, bro. That's how bad it was. But at the same time, this is how people overreact and just as much as people overreact to misses, they overreact to even the goals as well. So there's always an in-between, right? That run that Rashford made into space, going left, taking 2 defenders, taking the keeper, and he missed the goal, bro. But at the end of the day, like, what if he would have scored that goal? We would be putting him up on a pedestal really high up and would have just hyped up his performances even more. So why take it down, or why take it off, or take off the credit just because he didn't score that goal? We didn't even need that goal to begin with. So for me, it's like, at the end of the day, it's like I'm looking at, other than just looking at goals, let's look at performances. Let's look at how well is he playing with the team. And at the end of the day, like, look at how he's playing with his eyes closed. When that pass on that pass to Eric that I was telling you about, he passed it without hesitation. Like, he knew where to go. Right away, he picked up the ball from Joan Garcia, gives it to Eric Garcia. And I know I sound like a broken record with this goal, but it just goes to show you. And you know what?
That was beautiful, though.
This is the 3rd goal that we have scored on Barcelona when Rashford is picking up the ball in the middle of the field, going up to the right flank, going up to the left flanks, attacking the space and creating the goal. And this one he gets the assist, and the other one he got the pre-assist. I think he got 2 assists and 1 pre-assist, just picking up the ball from the middle of the field. That's how much attacking we are getting from him, and verticality is so good right now. I'm just so impressed, and I'm not just gonna overhype it. You know that he has things to work on. Like I said, that goal he should have scored it. But
100%.
if we look at the way he's playing with the team and the cohesive that he's picking up with the team, it's so they're so bonded together, dude. I'm loving it. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but the only thing that I want to ask from Rashford is I want him to be a bit more selfish, if you know what I mean. Not in a way like a bad way, but I feel like that he's being a bit over passive. Like, do you remember the Asian tour? Like his first 2 games, this guy's like passing to Roony Bardghji, and I'm like, dude, shoot the ball. Like, you actually have a very good angle to shoot, and you're giving it to Roony Bardghji, sometimes Raphinha, right? And I'm like, sometimes I feel like Rashford's being a bit too nice. Like, dude, be yourself. You're a goal scorer. We brought you to Barcelona. Bro, be yourself. Be a goal scorer. We want to see the prime Marcus Rashford that we saw at Manchester United at his best. And that's one thing that I noticed. One thing, just shoot the ball, bro. Do not always play up to Roony Bardghji or Raphinha. Dude, you could score goals. Have you seen his ball striking? The 1 goal that he scored in preseason? That was beautiful. He can strike the ball very well. I think there was another time on a free kick, the guy, he hit the wall, but the player was down for like 2 minutes, and it shows you the type of shot power that Marcus Rashford has. So I just want to be it for him, just to be a little bit, not selfish, but take a bit more shots. You're Marcus Rashford, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I think this is going to happen, by the way. I think he's just not overthinking it, and I actually like it. I like that he's not putting all that pressure into himself. He's not putting everything like on his shoulder, like saying, I need to score, I need to score, I need to score. I think it's just going to come naturally. Like in that play, I think as soon as you take on the keeper, don't overthink it. Why let the other defenders settle down? Just as soon as you take on the keeper, in between the numbers, in between the defenders, just take the strike. It's an easy goal there. You don't need to wait that extra second for that defender to get settled, which, by the way, he could have defended that goal as well. So you want, as soon as you take on the keeper, you want to just cross it out. Actually, he missed the wide open net, man. But I think you're totally right. I don't want him to overthink. I want him to be a little bit more individualistic. But I think overall, it's good that the players are not being too individual, because Lamine Yamal is taking more shots now. Lamine Yamal is taking more chances where he can pass it. He's taking more shots. He's going to score more goals this season because of that same thing. So I want this team to just make the right play, and the goals will just come in eventually, bro.
Yeah, nah, I understand it, bro. Jordan, I agree. Give Rashford another 2 months, and honestly, I feel like it's just going to be such a natural fit. What we're seeing already, he's already, in my expectations, people are calling this guy washed. I like what I'm seeing. And Catalan, I'll probably talk about this topic another time this week, but I just don't know. I feel like the rumors just have not been strong enough. But obviously, I'll take it. But I do want to actually move on and speak about what everybody's trying to speak about, and it's Fermin Lopez, because he had a great game. Fermin Lopez, what I saw from him, oh my word. The first goal was beautiful, but then the second goal, that's a world-class strike. You know, every time I watched the replay on the second goal, it just looked better and better. It was legit top corner. You could have 2 goalkeepers. You're not saving that one. Pick that one out. You know what I'm saying? Fermin Lopez, the goal that he scored, and just the cameo, because Fermin Lopez, even before his goals, right, he was pressing very well. He was probably our best pressing player with Raphinha. And I was like, Fermin Lopez, I said on my watch on, he's making a case to start. And a lot of people on Twitter, they've been saying Fermin Lopez should be starting over Dani Olmo, which I think is a hot take, but I don't disagree. Dani Olmo right now is injured. I think Fermin has absolutely a great chance to start against Mallorca. But what are you saying about Fermin Lopez and pushing Dani Olmo to start?
I want to say something on this channel, Jonas, I haven't said on my channel. And honestly, I'm going to put it to you like this. Real Madrid is in a heap of trouble because Fermin Lopez is something we didn't have consistently last season. Rashford was something we didn't have at all last season. The physicality, the pressing of this team, it's incredible. And the way I'm looking at them, and today they had a game, right? Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., that stuff doesn't work, man. They're not working together. They have to some way, somehow figure out, hopefully they don't, But Real Madrid is in a heap of trouble because Barcelona is going to be much better this season than they were last year. I don't know how Real Madrid recovers. I don't know how Real Madrid competes with this Barca team. Like, honestly, if I tell you, Jonas, right now, if I tell you, dude, I'll bet you $100 that Barcelona is going to beat Real Madrid next game. Would you take me on that bet?
Listen.
I
I'll be
know
a
you're a
bit
Barca
foolish.
fan, but I know you're a Barca fan. But I'm just think of it like if you were a neutral and you're trying to win
If we
$100.
play,
If you're
okay, if
trying to
we
win
play
$100,
Real Madrid, if we play Real Madrid tomorrow, listen. Oh, I'm putting, bro. Take all the money out the house. I'm putting it on Barca, and I'm not even a betting man because, bro, I'm looking at Barcelona. We look like, I'm not gonna say mid-season form, but like, I'll put it this way: I'll be very surprised if we lost to Mallorca. That's how good we're playing, right?
but
So
that's what I mean, though. Like, if I tell a neutral, would you take $100 that Barcelona? If you take Real Madrid, I take Barcelona. Nobody's going to take that bet because Barcelona looks so much better right now, and Madrid over there, so they're looking like they're trying to figure stuff out still. As long as they have Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. and with the Rodrigo situation, they're figuring stuff out. They're just like winging it, bro. Like the fact that we have an X factor now. If only Fermin can keep this up, dude. The way that he finished up the season last year, scoring that banger against Real Madrid, who I don't give a rat's ass if they took it off. In my books, that
oh
was a
yeah.
clean goal. That was a good goal. And that goal is specifically the Fermin Lopez style, where he's defending. I think that was Valverde who was
It was
defending
Fede
Valverde. He
Valverde.
steals the ball from Valverde in stride, cuts inside, cuts outside, and just bangs it into the back of the net, dude. That crosses Courtois. And that goal, dude, that was an insane low-key, the goal that nobody's talking about. And the fact that he's picking up right where he left off last season, Fermin Lopez is going to be a problem for a lot of teams. And you know what? You're right. I think Dani Olmo, as much as I love him, I
I
love
love
how
him too.
clinical he is, how good he is on the ball. His touch. No, he knows what to do with the football. But at the end of the day, dude, Fermin Lopez has earned at least the benefit of the doubt. He needs to earn at least all the minutes that, if we don't have Dani Olmo for 2 to 3 games, Fermin Lopez is going to start. And boy, I hope he doesn't give it away, because if he keeps playing like this, man, Barcelona just hit another level. And now we're thinking about having Olmo off the bench when we're
Oh
having
yeah.
these low blocks and we can't really have an answer for teams. Now we have Olmo off the bench. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean,
Yeah.
what a team is freak type of
Yep.
beast we have right now.
No,
Like,
you're
that's
right.
insane,
Because
man.
Donny Olmo, remember the debut? Donny Olmo off the bench. Donny Olmo time. He scored that winner against Rayo. Donny
Yeah.
Olmo versus Celta Vigo saves the day, right? In that crazy 4-3 game that Raphinha won at the end. But what you're saying, you know what I say about Fermin? He kind of reminds me in a way of Dennis Rodman. And hear me out. You know, like 50-50 pressing, right? When Barcelona, sometimes Lamine Yamal, Donny Olmo, they just don't get it. Fermin Lopez, I don't know if you've ever played pickup basketball. This guy just, if the rebound's a 50-50, this guy, the guy just
Yeah.
grabs it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fermin
Yeah.
Lopez, you know what I call that? This guy's an absolute dog. And that's why when I was
Yeah.
speaking about my pressing, Barcelona's pressing, I feel like the personnel, when you have Raphinha and Fermin, two guys who are absolute, like they're units. These guys, it's not a 50-50. Raphinha, Fermin Lopez, Gavi, they're winning their individual matchups on the press. And to your point, that goal against Real Madrid that was chopped off, bro, he made Fede Valverde, one of the strongest players in Real Madrid's midfield, eat grass. And then he
Yeah.
dribbles the player, and then he puts it into the top corner. Thibaut Courtois cannot save them. So that goal epitomizes everything about Fermin Lopez. But Fermin Lopez, you're right, guys. Hey, listen, I'll be lying if I'm saying if you're Donny Olmo, you got to be a bit concerned, because this guy is making you run. He's giving you a run for your money. This guy's not going
Yeah,
to be like,
dude. The way to put Fermin Lopez is like this. You know how Gavi is a warrior, right? Gavi is
yeah,
such a warrior. He goes for every ball. And there's Dani Olmo, who's so clinical on the ball. So he knows what to do with the ball every single time. So clinical, so technical. So Fermin is basically a fusion of Gavi and Dani Olmo, where he gives you the clinical. He got the defense. He got the pressing. Dude, he's so good when it comes to playing defense. And then when he gets the ball, he knows what to do with it. Dude, Fermin Lopez at this level, dude, I'm so glad that we didn't sell him for 70, because 70 million euros right now, it's sounding very cheap, my friend.
Yeah, you know what I would say about Fermin Lopez? You know what definitely take Fermin over Dani Olmo for sure? Because this is the one thing that Dani Olmo just has over him. It's that IQ as a passer, the vision, the last final pass, decision making. Dani Olmo's final pass is why Hansi Flick plays him. If Fermin Lopez improves as a playmaker and his vision, he's going to be the starter over Dani Olmo. It's going to be set in stone. Fermin will be starting over Dani Olmo if he improves his playmaking. But to be fair, he's a young player. He can still develop that attribute. But, man, what I saw on the last game against Como, that is Fermin Lopez at his very best, winning the ball back and just hitting banger after banger. And you know what? I like Fermin. He's a bit of fresh air because we have guys like Pedri, let's be honest, Frankie de Jong, Marc Casado, Gavi. Are these guys going to shoot? If they get a chance, Fermin Lopez, best believe he is putting up the shot. Edge of the box, he's not passing. You know what I'm saying?
And the one thing I want to say on Fermin Lopez, and it's so unfortunate, by the way, is the fact that last season was supposed to be his breakthrough season. And if you remember, his first season, I think he had maybe like I think it was somewhere around 8 goals, maybe like 11 GA, something like that. Yeah. But then the season after that with Xavi, that season, I think he had like 15 GAs, like 12 goals and like four assists, something like that. And then last season was his first season, like breakthrough season, in my opinion, for Fermin Lopez. Like everybody was asking to take on that role number 10. Hansi Flick comes into the team, and then we're trying to get Nico. Nico falls through, and then we get Dani Olmo. And I really believe that Dani Olmo slowed down the growth of Fermin Lopez because now we had these two fantastic players, and Flick was kind of bouncing between the two, but none of the two really got the rhythm. Olmo because he was injured, and then Fermin Lopez because he was getting benched every time Dani Olmo was coming back. I think that Fermin Lopez, how much more growth we would have seen for him last season. Can you imagine if he had this kind of level last season? We would have been in a different level next season. Yeah. Definitely would it be Inter Milan probably.
And you know what? I always say, listen, Fermin, the big offers, but we have to go back. We have to take a step back with Fermin. The man played the Euros with Spain and then went right away, I believe, to the Olympics. And then Hansi Flick's a new manager. It's not like Xavi who knows Fermin already. So I feel like the first maybe 1 month or 2 of the season, it was just a bit difficult to integrate. He didn't have that much rest. This season, though, Fermin Lopez, I'm expecting bigger things. And you know what? I think he's going to deliver. But I do want to ask you, Mallorca, I'm going to put you on the spot. Mallorca, away. Fermin Lopez or Dani Olmo? Dani Olmo's fit. He trained again today. Who are you starting if you're Hansi Flick?
That's an easy call. It's Fermin. You got to go with the hot hand. You got to go with the player who is delivering you in right now. Because last time, that second goal, bro, that's a banger, man. That's a top to the right, top right into like that's an unbelievable shot, dude. He had 2 defenders in front of him, and he put it right in between them and put it right in the top corner like that, dude. How do you not start Fermin Lopez? It would be asinine. I think against Mallorca, definitely he's going to start. I'm expecting Barcelona to just take over Mallorca in this game, by the way. I know this is not a prediction time, but I am expecting Barcelona to take care of business. Last we beat them both games. We beat them away. We beat them at home. I think one of them was going away like 5-1 or so, and the other one was like 2-0, 2-1. I can't remember. But Barcelona should take care of business on Mallorca. We have the team. Even if Rashford doesn't play, it does not matter. Even if Lewandowski doesn't play, it does not matter. Olmo doesn't play, it does not matter, bro. That's the kind of team we have right now. That is insane, man. Like that's what I'm telling you. Real Madrid is in a heap of trouble.
No, but this is what I'm saying. This is the first time Barcelona in years, Miguel, that we actually have good squad depth. Not even last season do we have squad depth because, let's be honest, when the going got tough against Inter and the games in and around Inter, everybody was saying Lamine Yamal needs rest, Raphinha needs rest. This season, I'm not expecting to hear that as much, but going back to your point, right? Fermin Lopez, I would give him the start also. I think also, why would you rush Dani Olmo still? First game back. Make it a debate maybe in the second or third game, but I'm starting Fermin against Mallorca. But I do also want to put you on the spot one more time. Rashford or Ferran Torres against Mallorca. Lewandowski's out. And listen, Rashford, assuming he's registered, would you put him over Ferran Torres against Mallorca?
Well, that's what I was gonna say because right now he's not registered. So
Right now, he's not. Yeah,
Barcelona
we'll
wants to
assume he
wait
is.
until the last week of the transfer window to register the players. I guess they're gonna register Joan Garcia though this week. So most likely it's gonna be Ferran Torres, regardless of my opinion. But let's say
Yeah.
hypothetically, if they were both registered. I'm still going with Ferran Torres because Ferran Torres gives me more of what I already know. The sample size is bigger. I'm trusting Ferran Torres still a little bit better than Rashford. Rashford is that player that needs to get the confidence back. I'm not going to throw him into the fire. I'm not going to throw him in and depend on him to score. I want to bring him in on the second half, hopefully to maybe get some minutes, get some playing time, get a couple, maybe a goal or two, maybe an assist, get that confidence going. But it's not the player right now that you just want to throw him into the fire to try to get these goals against Mallorca. Mallorca's not going to be an easy match. You got to go with your best players. And right now, believe it or not, I'm still going with Ferran Torres.
Hey, listen, bro. Hey, Jordan, this is a good comment, right? Fermin Lopez against Mallorca, throwing off Pablo. Listen, we're going to see a Fermin Lopez versus Pablo Torre matchup. And listen, one game. Pablo Torre, I do not want to see a revenge game of Pablo Torre haunting Barca. I do not want to see that. But, guys, smash up the likes. Are you not entertained, right? Get in the chat. Subscribe to the channel. Barca Volume. His thing's also in the title. But we still got a lot more to talk about. But make sure to smash up the likes. But I do want to speak about and move on to actually the next thing, which is the registration with Barcelona. Because have you seen the news that you already kind of hinted at it? Marcus Rashford, he might not be registered against Mallorca away, but Joan Garcia is going to be the priority. I mean, I think it's the right decision, but what are you saying about the whole issue about registration?
Yeah, so I made a video on this. It's actually very easy to understand. The registration right now, so Barcelona can only they have about 62 million between savings and between savings and sales, and they can only use 20% of the sales, but they can only use 60% of savings. So it adds up right where it needs to be. If Barcelona absolutely had to, they would sign everyone. They would register everyone right now, but they want to wait until the last minute just because they want to see if we can get those VIP seats. Because if we can get those VIP seats and also the stuff about Ter Stegen, we have more room to potentially, as a last minute resource, even bring in an extra signing, believe it or not. So I don't make too much about this right now. I think we don't need to panic. I think Barcelona has, in my opinion, it's hard to put your hand in the fire, right, for Barcelona, because they always lie to us and everything, and they always oversell things. But I don't know. In my opinion, I think Barcelona can do it. They're just choosing not to do it just to see how much more cap space they can generate between here and the end of the transfer window. So I think it's much about nothing. Joan Garcia is definitely going to be registered. I expect Joan Garcia to start this game against Mallorca, but not Rashford, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Rashford, it looks like it's in doubt. A lot of reports are saying the Rashford thing is looking like a 50-50. Honestly, guys, it looks like, bro, 60-40, and Rashford's not going to play against Mallorca the way it's looking from Mundo Deportivo, which has been the main outlet reporting the news. But when I'm looking at it, I think Joan Garcia is still going to play. There's no way FC Barcelona, right? Opening game versus Mallorca, we need Joan Garcia. That's the one guy. Roony Bardghji, Rashford, if they have to wait a game or two, I'm absolutely fine with that. But we need our goalkeeper. Joan Garcia has played as the number one the whole preseason. And on top of that, he's played well. He's made big save after big save in moments, right? And we're seeing the passing. He's not a liability. I think he's a better passer than Szczesny. And honestly, he takes more risks than Inaki Peña too. So for me, guys, Joan Garcia must be there against Mallorca. If he's not, that would slightly be a disaster. I still expect to win with Szczesny, but I don't even know if Szczesny's registered. So Barcelona, we have a lot of question marks. But once again, going back to the main point, Mallorca. If Joan Garcia alone is registered for just that game, I would accept that, right? If Rashford's not there, you know what? We still got Ferran Torres, and hopefully Ferran delivers, right? But, guys, I don't know. What are you guys saying in the chat about Joan Garcia? So, hold on. Let me read this. The VIP seats. Guys, I have a question to all of you guys. Is the VIP seats, are we going to get them approved in the next coming days? Because Barcelona, the way that I'm looking at it, they're relying on this VIP seats for quite a while now, but we just have not got the answer. So I just don't know. Like, Miguel, do you know anything about the VIP seats? Like, when we're going to know for sure? Is it going to be before Mallorca?
So, no. according to my little bit of a research, like I said, I'm not an expert on this matter, but I'm a little bit of a nerd, so I do kind of read articles and read a few things here, a few things there. So what I know was I able to find out is that realistically, so the seats are built, right? So what they need is an auditor, and they also need an inspector. So once the inspector okays the seats, he has to file the paperwork to the city, and the city has to give you an approval. And by the time that happens and the audit happens, it can very well take into September, and believe it or not, even up to October. And Barcelona needs this like yesterday. So the VIP seats, it's not something that will be done right away. It's definitely not going to be before Mallorca. It's going to go well into the season. I expect the VIP seats to be fully certified by October. But from what I read, they're not going to be ready, unfortunately. But this is why Barcelona needed their Stegen situation, and also they needed the Inigo Martinez departure. So with the departure of Inigo Martinez and the Ter Stegen situation, we don't need the VIP seats. So you guys don't need to worry about the VIP seats, because we have it covered with the other two things, plus the sales, Pau Victor, and things like that, the Ansu Fati exit and stuff like that. All of that stuff, all the stuff it's helping out. And Barcelona doesn't need the VIP seats. But the reason why they don't do that, they don't register everybody, is because if you wait until the end, you want to see if you can get also the Republic of Congo money. And the more you create right before the end of the window, the more flexibility you have around the cap space that you can maneuver. And apparently what they want to do with Joan Garcia, if they don't want to register him under the cap, they're going to do it as a franchise tag, which is kind of weird. It's been done before. Kunde had it done in 2002, but it's something like Barcelona. It's a weird way. It's kind of like a loophole. Like when you have no other exit, it's like you pay the money like up front, and you can register like a franchise players type of stuff. So it's weird how that works.
I think hasn't Jan Laporta done that before? Where I think in 2022, didn't he pay up front?
He did it with Kunde.
So that's my thing. Jan Laporta has done it where like he pays. I don't know who it is, if it's La Liga or the RFEF, and then later on, obviously he gets his money back, but he pays up front sometimes. But I don't know. I was speaking to the chat. I was basically saying against Mallorca, I need Joan Garcia to play. He's the one guy that I need. But I don't know. Listen, I would kind of be disappointed if Rashford didn't get to play the rest of this month. If it's just Mallorca, okay. But if he cannot play against Levante and also Rayo Vallecano away at the end of this month, I'm not going to lie. I just find it a little bit worrying. But hopefully Jan Laporta's got a plan, and hopefully he does something. But so what do you think? Rashford's going to miss out on Mallorca?
I would be surprised given the information. I thought Rashford was going to be registered by now. I'm going to be, but now given everything that I've seen and all the reports that are coming out, I would be surprised if Rashford plays against Mallorca, to be honest with you. I don't expect him to be ready, especially because of the whole financial situation with Barcelona. You never know what's going on. And at the end of the day, I think Rashford is going to be kind of like a Dani Olmo situation in the beginning of last season, where we had to maneuver some stuff to be able to register the player. Same thing is going on, man. I can't believe that we're in 2025 and still have the same registration issues that we did last time. So why would you trip on that same rock? We have this saying in Spanish. It's like you're dumb because you're tripping on the same rock. It's like you're getting more players and you're tripping on the same issue, which is registration problems, man. I'm just sick of it, man.
And I mean, what can I say? The only thing that I'll say, the only silver lining a little bit, is that Rashford did accept this. He did sign up for this, right? To come to Barcelona no matter what. Where Nico Williams, he wanted guarantees assured. So to be fair, Barca, at least he knew that this was a possibility the first 2-3 games that he might miss out. But I know, to your point, it's kind of becoming embarrassing, right? It's 2 years ago, I was like, okay, we're in really the mud. But now I just expected Jan Laporta for it to be a bit better. And listen, at the end of the day, Nobody knows. Joan Laporta might have Roony Bardghji, Rashford, Joan Garcia, all these guys registered for Mallorca, but it just is what it is. But speaking on, I want to move on and speak about the Camp Nou. The Camp Nou, we got a bit of an update. It is basically almost ready for Barcelona's return, and the club, they hope to require all the permits against Valencia to return on September 13th or the 14th when La Liga finalizes the day. But the only thing is that Barcelona, there's going to be, I think, around 30K people in the stadium. I mean, what are you saying about the Camp Nou with all the situation there?
Yeah, so Barcelona was hopeful to get 60,000 people on it initially, right? They didn't have the permits. They made a deal with the city, and they are trying to get this resolved right now so that they can be back against Valencia with 29,000 people. Dude, I'm telling you, even if we have to play with no fans, I'm okay with returning to the Camp Nou once and for all, because dude, even if it takes us 2 to 3, even if it takes us 1 month to just fully be back, even with 29,000 fans, dude, that's still better than not having a place to play, because we don't know now. We don't have one. We were not going to play at Montjuic. We're not going back. The Johan Cruyff, we're not going to play there. So at the end of the day, it's like, it's all we got. So whether we play with fans or not, hopefully they at least let us play the games. Remember, this isn't something new. Like, even during the pandemic, a lot of teams had to play without any fans. So if it has to be done, it has to be done. But I do expect Barcelona to be back at the Camp Nou. I'm happy. At least 29,000 people is what I heard. So that the city, that's the most the city will allow. And I think it's fine as long as everyone's safe who comes to the stadium. I think they just need to take the precautionary measures that everyone is safe, and the amount of people they're going to allow are going to be safe in the stadium. So to me, and at the end of the day, like, I'm just happy that Barcelona is back in the stadium.
No, I agree with that. The number one thing with me, I always said, is the safety. We cannot we cannot rush the Camp Nou, and then, God forbid, like a situation like, I don't know, the stadium just collapsed or something, like, because they rush it too much. Like, we cannot have a situation like that. Barcelona, they cannot force the situation. It's construction. It takes time. The 30K, if that's the only 30K that's safe 100%, then do that. Yeah. But I do want to move on and speak about, this is pretty breaking news just a couple of days ago, and I think you've seen it, but basically the RFEF and La Liga have approved Barcelona and Villarreal to play in match day 17 of La Liga, to be played in the United States, not in Spain. It's going to be a Villarreal away game that is moved to the United States. And listen, now only UEFA and FIFA have to approve of this, but what are you making about this? Because for me, I found it shocking. There was no rumors on it really, and the news just broke just like that. So what are you saying about this situation?
So I actually heard that Barcelona was telling La Liga that they would be interested. This was, I think, about a week ago, that they were interested as long as it wasn't going to be a home game, especially because of the ticket sales and all of that. I'm actually okay with this. By the way, I think there's a lot of outrage. I think there's a lot of people who feel strongly about it, and I understand it. Not play any games like this, but remember, this game. This is promotion for La Liga. Barcelona, Villarreal, La Liga, they want to take it to America. Right now, America needs more soccer, and it's good quality soccer, because right now we have the World Cup coming up next year. So the United States really wants to promote, the sport. And what better to do it with Barcelona, teams like Real Madrid, but we know Real Madrid wasn't going to budge, so that's what probably they took him off the whole thing. I actually think it's great, and what I do like about this game is it's right before it's right before the winter break. It's right before the Christmas break. So it's the last game before Christmas. So I think it's great, because the fly back, the players are going to be on vacation after that. So some of them, who knows? Some of them may even stay in America. You never know, because
you never know.
They're going to be on vacation after that game. They're going to be on vacation, so you don't know what they're going to do. So I don't hate it as much as people do. I think it's much ado about nothing. And the whole thing about, dude, if there's any Madridistas that are very uneducated saying that it's corruption and this is all a bunch of bullcrap, because Barcelona has an incredible record in La Cordillera. What's it called? It used to be what's their stadium called again? Is it I can't remember.
The Villarreal. Yeah. Are you talking about Villarreal Stadium?
Yeah,
Now, I don't know off the top of my head, but
it's
I know that Barcelona.
it's
I got no
Laporta
idea,
Deco,
guys.
something like that.
Something like that. But
Something like that. But what the point is, we haven't lost away from home against Villarreal since 2007. And people bring it
exactly.
up like saying like, "Oh, Villarreal is one of the toughest places to play," and this and that, and like, yeah, for other teams, not for Barcelona. Barcelona, like, we're happy to go to Villarreal, no problem, because that's not a problem for us. The problem has been more playing at home against Villarreal than playing at home. So to me, I'm okay with this game. Actually, I would be happy if it was in LA, but unfortunately, it's
For
not in
real.
LA.
If it was in LA, I'm probably there. But you know what, man, Miami, big up Andrew. He's saying he's already got his flight hotel booked for that day. Big up to you, man. But what I will say is that the Villarreal thing went some because Real Madrid are actually trying to stop the game from happening. I have a question to you. I do not think that happens. I don't think Real Madrid tries to intervene if Barcelona is the one playing at home. I think they think of it as an opportunity for Barcelona to drop points because it's Villarreal away. But to your point, we haven't lost to them since 2007. I think we beat them 5-1 last year, and they played well in that game. So in a game they played well, they lost 5-1. Like, and I'm going to be honest, Villarreal away, it's not like Rayo away from us. It's not like Getafe away. Villarreal away has been cash money for us. So I don't know what they're complaining about, to be honest.
Yeah, no. So it's actually called La Cerámica, but it used to be in Madrigal. So it used to be Del Madrigal. Now it's called La Cerámica. That's really what they've been playing for. But what's the question again?
Now, what do you? Okay, so basically, Real Madrid, they're trying to intervene now, trying to make sure that the game is not. It's kind of like called off, right? But the thing is, I don't think they do it if Barcelona is playing at home. I think they're only doing it because Barcelona is playing an away game at a neutral site. I generally believe that's the only reason. Why would they care if Barcelona was losing out on a home game? I just don't think. I think it's because of the situation, if you know what I mean.
I think it's just like they're just looking for excuses, to be honest with you, because honestly, dude, like, if you think about it, this is much to do about nothing. Like I said, we've been like since 2007 we haven't lost to them there. Like Villarreal is getting compensated because of the ticket sales. They're gonna get more money from the league from playing this game in America. So nobody's going to lose. And somebody in the comments is like, what's my take on Will said that they're winning the league? I think they're not winning the league. I think they're behind Barcelona strategically, squad-wise. I think Barcelona takes them on every single facet of the game. I think, to me, it would be really hard to think that Madrid will win next season.
It's going to be tough. But, bro, exactly. When you're seeing Real Madrid trying to call off a game for Barca, and then on top of that, they try to do this, I believe, was it the Copa del Rey final, right? Or which one? Which El Clasico was it? Was it the Copa del Rey final? Or was it the last one? But they try to call off an El Clasico. And Real Madrid, the way that they're moving, just in recent times, has been like, ever since Hansi Flick came in, it feels like they're a bit scared. Like, forget on the pitch. They're trying to stop the games from happening. So, listen, I'm not really worried about Real Madrid until they beat us. Dude, we beat you 4 times in a row. You got to beat us once. But, listen, one thing that I do want to speak about, right, is actually Barcelona once again, right? I forgot to talk about it earlier in the show. Our squad depth, because I'm going to show you something right here. The 3 signings that we made, Roony Bardghji, Joan Garcia, and also Marcus Rashford. And did you see? Hold up, let me put it on the screen right here. Have you seen this? Right here, the Joan Gamper, the tradition. Yeah. It always happens. In my opinion, right? What's funny is that I feel like these 3 signings, right? We always said it. Barcelona, finally, we have depth, right? I also believe a hot take. This is completely off topic. Gerard Martin, I think he's going to be the left center back, and I think Joffrey is going to be the left back, which means these 3 signings and Joffrey are going to be like the new first team players this season. But when I'm making my point is this: Barcelona for the first time, right? And I forgot to say it earlier, is that I just feel like we have real squad depth. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like you would agree, but man, when I'm looking at the second team sometimes in the Asian tour, and I'm seeing so many guys that I actually rate, Casado, Christensen, you know, a guy like maybe Eric Garcia in the second team. And I'm like, these guys are good. I can rely on these guys when the going gets tough in the Champions League. So listen, I just wanted to point out, what are you rating this summer? And I'm going to add Joffrey, Roony Bardghji, Joan Garcia, Marcus Rashford. What are you rating this transfer window so far, like out of 10?
Yeah, no, I think it's a great window. I personally would have loved it if it would have been but it would have been Nico Williams. But I thought Nico Williams would have been a lot tougher to register now that I in hindsight, right? We look at things how things are evolving and how everything is going down. I think that we would have had such a hard time registering a player like that. Now I do love this window. As soon as we got Joan Garcia, I was in the bus of saying like if we can just get Joan Garcia, I'm going to say this is a great window because that's what we needed to improve on defense, and we got him. Dude, we got Rashford, we got Roony Bardghji, who's looking like a stud. We can have a lot of players we can rotate now and give a lot of rest to Lamine Yamal. Raphinha didn't get a lot of rest minutes last season. Dude, I'm so excited. As excited as I've ever been, and it's because of this transfer window and how incredible Barcelona has looked over the last couple of games, and just having Roony Bardghji, Rashford, and everything they're doing. I think it's incredible. Joan Garcia looking like he's been playing for us
And
for
this
a
is
long
another
time
one.
now. Oh my
Right
God,
here, Marc Bernal. Marc Bernal. I think Joffrey, by the way, I think with Inigo leaving, I think Gerard Martinez is the left center back, and I think that Joffrey is the left back. Out of all the youngsters, I don't know if Tony's going to make it for sure. I don't know if Dro's going to make it for sure this season, right? I think Dro's the backup left back. I mean, there's nobody else rivaling him, really. I think Gerard Martinez is going to be a left center back majority of the time. And this is a great comment. Marc Bernal is also going to feel like a new signing. So even though Barca only got 3 on paper, really, I believe we got around 5 because with Marc Bernal and Joffrey.
We need to take it really slow with Marc Bernal this season, though.
Yeah.
We don't need to get any setbacks. Look at Rodri. Rodri just got a setback off his ACL. So these are the things that happen sometimes, and it's normal for it to happen.
Yeah.
So we need to take it really, really slow. So Marc Bernal, I wouldn't count so much on him this season coming up. Maybe not till maybe November or so. I think realistically, it's gonna be nice to see him back on the field, back out there, just like we did with Gavi when he first came back. But I think it's going to be a process with Marc Bernal. I wouldn't count on him so much for this season, to be honest with you. To be realistic, I would be shocked if we can count on him going forward. But I do like the fact that even if these players like Tony, like Pedro, right, if they don't make it to the team, these players can always be called back if we need them. Because we get injuries or things like that, we can always call them. We have La Masia that we can have these players who didn't make it, that almost made it. So that means if we need to get them, they're right there for us at our disposal. So that's always a good security blanket to have in that situation. But no, man, yeah. So thank you for having me, bro. I actually have to go, but dude, it's a far show, and I'm sorry I have to leave a little early today.
Nah, hey, no, absolutely no problem, bro. Absolutely no problem. When you gotta go, you gotta go, bro. But I'll just probably kick it with the chat for a little bit. So, all right. Hey, big up to the chat, guys. You know what I'm saying? Another solid show, right? Miguel obviously had to leave early. He had some things, emergency, life happens, right? But guys, I did want to speak about out of all the youngsters, right? And I'll probably go right with the chat, probably go another 8 minutes, right? With the chat, right? I feel like Tony Fernandez, in my opinion, is it a hot take? I thought Tony Fernandez was the most impressive out of all the youngsters. I know everybody. I think Joffrey gets a spot. That's why he's the ultimate winner of preseason, because he's getting a roster spot. I can't say the same about Tony. I can't say the same about a guy like a Dro. I don't know if they're getting a roster spot this season. But going back to Tony Fernandez, I genuinely believe that, dude, what I saw from him this preseason, I feel like that he's underrated. A lot of Barcelona fans, I feel like they're talking about Dro a lot, but Tony Fernandez, I'm telling you guys, this kid's got something special. He's super unlucky that Lamine Yamal, right, and Roony Bardghji are just the same age. Man, I just had to point it out there, but man, I don't even know what to say. Hansi Flick, Mallorca, guys, what I also want to do, I might as well do it with you guys, right? But I want to go through the first 3 games because Barcelona, right? And I didn't really have time with Miguel. It is what it is, right? But I do. Let me share the screen right here. Let me show. Hold up. Yeah, I think y'all can see it now, guys. I don't know if you guys can see the screen fully, but what I did want to say is that Barcelona, the first 3 games in La Liga, what are you guys saying, right? We got Mallorca, right? Levante, Rayo before the international break. In my opinion, guys, and I have to say it right away, I think that Rayo Vallecano and Mallorca, they're very difficult games. I don't think it's easy. Like, I don't think it's easy at all for Barcelona. Bro, the only game that 100%, no excuses to lose, is that Levante game. We usually struggle in the first game of La Liga typically, right? But in that game against Rayo also away, they've had our number in history, right? The last couple of years, Rayo's been a difficult place. We needed a Dani Olmo beautiful goal, game winner, to beat them this season. So I don't know what to say. I just wanted to point it out there. Our start to La Liga is not easy at all. And dude, if we can even get just even an unconvincing win against Mallorca away, I would take that. I would definitely take that. I don't think, listen, Levante, in my opinion, I'll put it this way. Levante is the only one that 100%, I think we have to win that game. No excuses. You could play the JV team. I don't care. You could play Lewandowski injured. You could play you play Dani Olmo injured. You should still beat Levante. But I can't say the same about Mallorca and Rayo. I feel like in those games, we have to perform. Hold on. Let me read the chat though. What are you guys saying? Yeah, bro. Big up Barca volume all the time, bro. All the time. Let's see what happens in the second half of the season. Probably 3 to 5 players are gonna be sold. Wait, hold up. What do you mean? Let's see what happens in the second half of the season. Probably 3 to 5 players are gonna be sold / loan. Are you talking about next season? Because next season at most, I see Barcelona maybe selling 2 players. Maybe. Because Barcelona, let's be real. Sometimes I always say it, we're a bit sentimental with our players. Like right now, guys, I'm not saying sell Ferran, but I feel like if it was Real Madrid, look at the way that they're so ruthless, right? When they get a good offer, Real Madrid just makes it. Barcelona, at times, we're just like, you know what? Fermin's been amazing, and I don't want to sell Fermin. I don't. But listen, if Barcelona truly are struggling with 1-to-1, right? And if Barcelona go to Newcastle and they're like, you know what? We'll sell you Ferran. You know what? Let's ask about Isak. I'm just asking because Newcastle, they've been interested in Ferran Torres. I can't even lie. I think Tony and Goulet are better off going on loan with PK. This is my thing, Jordan. I have a hot take with this. Goulet, I absolutely agree. I don't think Flick rates Goulet as highly as Tony. I think Tony is better than Goulet Fernandez. I think Tony is a player. I truly believe he's a player, guys. I think Tony Fernandez has got talent. Genuinely. Goulet, I think he's got talent too, but I don't know if it's as much. I don't know if he has as much flair. And I think Goulet, you know, we've seen Hansi Flick, the way the reports are, even the actions, he's given Tony more minutes in back-to-back preseasons. I think keep Tony around. Maybe be in between with Joe and Tony. Them two can be in and around Barca Athletic and the first team. And like, you know what I'm saying, a mix. But with Goulet, I think he should go out alone. Joffrey, with his situation with Inigo's shocking departure, you know what? I think Joffrey made it. For better or for worse, I think Joffrey's in the – bro, guys, I genuinely believe Joffrey's a first-team player. Guys, who's our backup left back? Gerard Martin has to be a left center back because Inigo left. And otherwise, we'd be one down on center back. So I think Joffrey's made it. I genuinely believe it. He just has to perform now and not be a liability on defense. That's all he's got to do. Did you see the report that Hansi Flick sees Eric Garcia as a starter over Jules Koundé? Yeah, guys, I can't lie. There's a lot to talk about. You know what, guys? I'll probably go live maybe in like 2 days because I'm guaranteeing there's going to be some, you know, reports just popping out, right? And then on top of that, I do have to speak about that because, man, yo, guys, the season's about to start, bro. Barcelona versus Mallorca, guys. I'm telling you guys, all eyes on Mallorca. That game, legit, is just a couple of days and La Liga returns. I'm going to be there for the watch along. I'm going to drop match previews once again. I love dropping the match previews, guys. It's so fun. You know what I'm saying? Making the lineup right on a video, getting some comments, getting some feedback. But against Mallorca, I'm telling you guys, we have to win that game. We usually start off slow. I hate when we lose the first game. I hate when we even draw the first game. Just give me the 3 points. Even if it's an unconvincing 2-1, I would take that. Levante is easy slaps. Rayo's a hard test. Mallorca is 75%. Us, in my opinion, coming off of our preseason form. Exactly. We scored 20 goals, I think, in 4 games. That's an average of 5. Barcelona have been on fire. But once again, the only game that matters now is the next one. And that one actually counts. Mallorca, La Liga. Listen, we cannot draw points. Just imagine Barca wins 3 games away and return to the Camp Nou. Tomac, the vibes would be high. The vibes, guys, I'm not going to lie. Barcelona fans would be on Pluto. Legitimately. If Barcelona right? Won 3 games away from home, away, back to back. And now they return to the Camp Nou. The Camp Nou is going to be, that's going to be a packed house. It's going to be a sell. It's going to be jumping. That stadium, I can't wait. Lamine Yamal number 10 is going to be the jersey that everybody's wearing. So it is absolute facts. That would be awesome. I can't lie. No player is bigger than the club except Messi, not going to lie. Not even Messi, because let's be honest, Barcelona, right? I know Messi won 4 Champions League for us, but Barca technically has 5. Barca have more. It's always club over player, but I understand Lionel Messi is Lionel Messi, bro. He forget about exception to the rule. He's exceptional. He's the exception to football. The way that he dribbles with the ball, Lionel Messi, man. Bro, Andrew, why do you put this comment, bro? Whenever I think about Lionel Messi, bro, listen, I love Lamine Yamal, but if he can just be half of what Messi was a freak, bro. Genuinely was. It's not going to be It's not going to be easy to win 3 games because it depends on the texture of the field, right? Tactical formations. You're right. And Mallorca, once again, guys, dude, they've had Barcelona circled on their schedule for how long, guys? Genuinely. So they've been preparing for Barcelona for what? The last 2 months? So you're right. You're definitely right about that. What's your prediction, right? Guys, I'm about to wrap. What am I saying? Guys, I'm about to wrap. Smash up the likes and subscribe to the channel. If you are new, what are you doing? Subscribe to the channel. We have over 35 people here, right? Smash up the likes and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Prediction for PSG Spurs. Bro, I'm expecting a PSG slapping still. I know they lost to Chelsea, but no way they lose to Chelsea and Spurs. I would love it, though. I would absolutely love it. And to be honest, guys, preview might be on Friday. Watch along on Saturday. We're going to be here for probably 45 minutes before the game starts. It's going to be lit. Make sure to be here on the watch alongs. It was lit last time and also in all the preseason games. Big up Andrew, always stepping in, bro. Andrew, I really appreciate it. Big up Christopher. Big up Tomak. Big up everybody, right? Let me read these last comments. All I'm saying is if Mariki's playing against us, bro is scoring for sure. I think he might. I can't lie. But you know what? Hopefully Araujo is on his A game. If Araujo's on his A game, he's big enough to deal with him. I'm not going to lie. Calling Araujo or Fermin to score a goal against Mallorca, I could see Fermin. Araujo, I would love it. I would love the storyline, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But guys, that's probably going to wrap it for today. Smash up the likes. Miguel had to dip a bit early, but the show must go on, guys. Smash up the likes. Subscribe to the channel. I will see y'all soon. In a bit, people. Visa Barça. Peace.